Hello everyone and welcome to the first of this series, which is going to be going through these books. So this is the Llewellyn Sabbat Essentials. This is for Imbolc. They're little books and there is one for each of the major holidays in the Wiccan year. And so I will be covering them throughout the next year. This is the first book. I bought this years ago and I have yet to actually get through it until now, but I wish I had. And it wasn't that I didn't like the book, I just was kind of like, got distracted as per usual. So today we're going to discuss this little book. And as the year goes on, every time the new ones come up, we will be going through each one of them. So I like the way this book is laid out, and I think the other ones will have a very similar, if not the same layout. I don't own any of them, so I haven't flipped through the books to see if they're all the same, but I love the way this one is presented. So table of contents, it goes through like a series introduction, which is whatever. If you're new to celebrating the Wheel of the Year, it's a good little like refresher and like, hey, just like a quick synopsis of it, which is fine. And then it goes into the old ways, so it talks about like the history of this particular holiday, which I thought this one was really interesting because in a way I had considered it, but it was still like a new concept to me, and I'm sure I've read it in other books, but this was the first time I kind of clicked. And it talks about how it was the point in the year where like, yeah, you're starting to get like, ooh, it could be spring, but like one of the examples was like, don't give all of like your hay to your animals right now because it's still gonna get cold and it's not actually springtime yet. Don't, you know, rush through your supplies. But also by this point, a lot of your rations that you had, you know, prepped from the fall are getting low for a variety of reasons. And these sheep have started to have their babies because they have their mating season late in the fall and like a short pregnancy time. So they're starting to have their babies, which means you can start making new milk, new cheese, stuff like that. And so obviously there's a huge connection for that. At this time of the year, it goes through that. And again, this is a really good book for this kind of a thing. It also then goes on to the next chapter, which is New Ways, which is how more modern pagans will practice this holiday, which I like that we have old versus the new and how things might have changed over the past several hundreds of years and how to incorporate some of the old stuff with the new. The next few are like spells and divination, recipes and crafts. I love that they have this. If it is your first time celebrating any of the holidays, because again, I think it's going to have the same setup each book, but at least for this one, there's so many wonderful things to do, has a variety of options in here, and so if it is your first time celebrating, you've got plenty of ideas, so I definitely recommend you grab this book if you have no idea where to start. It's not an intimidating book. It is a very small book. Next we have like prayers and invocations, and it covers quite a variety of different deities that you could associate with this time, which I really appreciate instead of just Bridget. Don't get me wrong, it is kind of her day in a lot of these celebrations, but there are others that you could celebrate at this time, and I love that they included that. And then the rituals for celebration, I really loved these ones. So they have one for solitary, one that is like a small group. This particular one, because Imbolc is right around the corner from Valentine's Day, it was for couples, but you could adapt it to friendships or other relationships you have in your life. You just got to change it a little bit. And then they have a group ritual, which again, you can adapt these to be group or solitary, whatever you need. But I like that it had 3 variations, and I think it'll be fun to do those. Then, of course, it has like a glossary of correspondences, so if you just need a quick glance of what you could use, it's right there. The further reading section was really intriguing because it had a lot of books and kind of explained like why for each book, more than just like the bibliography of just like, oh, here you go, here's the books that I used and like here's ones that you should probably read. Like it kind of explained a little bit why, which I really appreciated. So overall, I would definitely recommend you pick up this book. Again, I'm pretty sure the rest of the series is going to go very similarly, but I cannot confirm because I have not bought them yet. But this one, I mean, it's a quick read. It took me a morning. It's a very small book, which I think is kind of great, honestly, because this is very travel friendly. you can literally throw this in a bag, like your purse or whatever, and or if you have like a witchy backpack to, you know, if you go out to do your rituals, it doesn't take up a lot of space, which is nice. And I mean, the cover is just beautiful anyways. So 10 out of 10, I would recommend this book, especially if you are a beginner or it is your first time celebrating the Wheel of the Year. You might not have incorporated that in your practice for years until now, or you're just new and beginning at all of the fun. I would recommend it. And even if you've practiced for years like I have, this book really gives a lot of different angles that you can put on this holiday so that you don't feel kind of cornered into like, it's just this thing. Like it's just for like the spring that you would see typically in like kind of the Welsh Irish mythos of like, hey, it's springtime now, start your seeds when you live where it's gonna still snow for the foreseeable future. It covers that. So I love this book. I think everyone should read through it if you can. I definitely would encourage you, if you're looking to just have like a basic book for this holiday, this is fabulous. It covers so much information, and again, the information is really great. It covers so many different angles for it that surely you will find some way to connect with this holiday. So anyways, that is going to be it for my review of this book. If you want to come along for the extended discussion where we talk about specifics from this book, I will include that on my Patreon with our extended discussions we do for every book. So make sure you check that out. And then of course we always have other things going on Patreon. I have like a monthly vlog over there, so you get to see what I do for the holidays and just kind of day-to-day life as I am a writer and just a witch and things. And yeah, then I don't know, eventually we might have other stuff, I don't know. That's the current things that are going on, have polls and whatever. So until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all soon.